Hello everyone and welcome to another new review, and this one gonna be on Starlight issue number 1, a new self-titled comic book that just launched from Image Comics. And this comic book was written by Mark Miller, and the color and the art was done by Goran Parlov. So this issue starts up with them showing us a flashback to our superhero Duke. He's a space fighter. He comes to a planet, he saves the day, and the Queen just kind of falls in love with him and be like, you should stay and some other stuff. Later on, they take us to the present time where he wakes up to the funeral of his wife. Apparently, his wife got she died 6 months ago and some other stuff. Later on, we see how he has some kind of troubles with his kids. The kids were like, I can't take him into my house. I have kids and stuff. So they were like abandoning their own father. Later on, they take us to another great flashback. He'll be fighting with some kind of a king space fighter. I don't know, but they were fighting, and then like he just took him down. So he had some great time in space. Later on, we see that later on, like we see him getting pushed around, and no one's really believing him that he was in space. Those kids like asked him, "Did you really go to space and you got sucked into a wormhole?" Some other stuff. No one really believed him at that time. But later on, we see another great flashback, and we finally see that he really loved his wife more than anything, because that queen at that time, she told him like, "Stay with us. This is paradise," and some other stuff. And he was like, "No, paradise is." He mean like he said actually, yeah, it wouldn't be paradise without his wife, Joanne, I guess her name was. So that was it pretty much for the flashbacks until he was preparing the dinner for the anniversary of her death, of his wife's death, and he asked his kids to come, but they never showed up. Each one of them was busy with his job or with his family and more. So later on, we see some kind of a spaceship landing on his house, and that's where actually the issue stops. He gets out of the house and he was shocked. So I'm not sure what's gonna happen in issue number 2, but issue number 1 is so good. I really liked it. I really loved it. There was a lot of good moments. I got some goosebumps while I was reading it. I'm gonna give this issue a 9 out of 10. It's a read list for me. It's a bad list for me, guys. If you didn't read this comic book yet, you gotta give it a shot. It's really good, and the art wasn't that good, but it's worth it. You know what I'm talking about? So thank you all guys for watching.